Okay, so I am here with Anne Lawrence. Her and I just wrapped up working together. So, Anne, if you don't mind sharing a little bit about where you are, what you do in this world, and anything that you want to share with us.
Sure. Well, I've had a great time working with you. I oversee clinical operations for a large pharmaceutical company, so I oversee the US. So I have a large group of about 400 team members that I'm responsible for delivering products to market.
I love that. So, Anne, can you share with us what was going on with your wardrobe, with your image, your executive presence before we started working together?
Yeah, before we started working together, I think for me, my corporate presence, my attire did not match my level. And so I think if you were to bump into me at the airport, which I frequently travel, you would have no idea. And there was a lot of stress before me because I travel, as I said, quite a bit, sometimes globally, different climates, different things, and trying to figure out what do I need to wear for this? What are other people wearing? What can I shop for? What do I need? And really not having a lot of thought or preparation. And sometimes that would be more stressful than the speaking engagement itself.
I can't tell you how many times I hear clients that say, I'm a complete expert at what I do. Like, put me in a room full of anyone and ask me questions. However, I don't need to prep for the meeting. It's the packing and the dressing and all of that that almost becomes the undoing of all of the things that we find ourselves being successful at. And what would you say are either one or two of the biggest shifts or ahas that you had through the process of working together?
I think I found that I had more things in my closet than I realized, that I didn't need to go out and buy a completely new closet full of things. I think it made me look at shopping differently and really a lot of the drama with trying on something that maybe didn't fit and being like, oh, there's nothing that will look right on me. I learned that things may just not be for me. So that now that I think the psychology issues around clothes are not there where they may have been before.
Oh, yeah, it's just that internal shift of the trying all the things, nothing's working to like, I just need to focus on this. And then can actually be an expert at all of that. And then can you tell us about what now travel, packing, getting dressed looks like for you?
Getting dressed and travel is so much easier. I love the virtual closet. I can plan out in advance. I have learned the skills on how to match things, particularly, to not pack my whole closet when I travel, to not have to panic shop before a big meeting or special engagement, that I feel like I have the skills to know what I like, what looks good on me, what colors match me, and to really match it to my presence. I think one of the things we talked about was, what kind of message are you trying to convey? Are you teaching versus expert versus warm? Those kind of things. So I feel like I'm more equipped. I can pack faster. And even in my casual life, I feel like I've really upped my casual wardrobe, which is really important to me. And I was really lost in that area.
I love that. I know I said I only had four questions, but I need to ask this question because I do find that as ambitious women, we are always really focused on the ROI when it comes to our wardrobe. And then we hyper focus on looking professional and executive presence and all of that. So, do you mind just sharing with us kind of what that transformation was when it came to your casual wardrobe and, what you're wearing on the weekends?
Yeah, it was very, very casual, I would say, what I was wearing. Loved a legging or a yoga pant was great. And now I really realize that you can still be comfortable and stylish and use the colors that match you and your styles, and have those pieces that still has a bit of an elevated look, so you don't have to be worried if you run into anybody on the street and you're like, oh, I was just run into the grocery store, I wasn't expecting to run into anyone. But it's really made a big difference. I feel like I have a lot of mix and match, and that it still then aligns with who I am at work. It's not completely different.
Mm.
I think there's some synergy there.
Yeah, I think that code switching is hard when we kind of like be like, I am this person at work, and then you kind of like undo, and then it's almost like you have to like ramp up when you go on a business trip. I'm like,
Yeah.
right, here she comes again. But when it always feels like there's an ebb and flow to it, it's easier to transition between business casual, formal, casual, casual, because there's like a through line as opposed to like you're wearing a costume, which is really, really powerful.
Yeah.
One of the things that I know is that as ambitious women, it's hard to invest in ourselves and hard to find the time or the resources. There's all of these things that I think that come up when it comes to getting dressed in your appearance. What would you say to either Anne 2 years ago that was thinking about going through this process, or someone like your sister or a friend that was curious, but not 100% sold on really investing in their overall image?
I would say go ahead. I wish I would have done it sooner. I think that I've learned there's never a perfect time, that you don't deserve. I think I watched a video that said, you don't have to lose weight to deserve a wardrobe. And I think that's so true. And I think that I wish these things would have been taught way, way earlier in my life. I feel like it's like, man, it should be mandatory for everyone to know what colors look good on their shape and to have this skill. So I would say just don't wait, that it's worth the investment. It'll save you in what you're buying in clothes. It'll save you in stress. It will also help you feel more confident, I think, not just at work, but in your regular activities.
I love that so much. And I think that one of the biggest things that we don't realize is how much the waiting, like the carrot, is not only affecting our appearance, but it's also affecting like our career of that, like in 3 years, in 5 years, in this, when I lose the 20 pounds, then I'll get the promotion in this. And it's kind of,
Yeah.
and one of the things that I know as a coach that teaches this sort of work is be her now.
Yeah.
Like, let's figure out what she looks like and let's have fun experimenting, as opposed to being, I don't deserve it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that's a hamster wheel we all need to get off of sooner rather than later. Well, thank you so much, Anne. I truly appreciate your time and I really loved supporting you through this process.
Yeah. It's great working with you.